what we are proposing to do. Widen to have 4 lanes, and then we have proposed a BRT lane in the median. Improvement of critical intersections, 2 intersections in particular, one at Gatitu and the next one at Engine, and then provide seamless flow of traffic in and out of Thika. What we anticipate is that if traffic can move into and out of Thika safely, then it will be a good thing. This is what Thika is, and an overview is that Thika has developed going up because there's not much space. The reason why we now need to think of how to provide facility is the town is congested. The town needs to breathe so that it can have traffic getting in and out, moving very quickly. A lot of the challenges we have on the first picture, we have no designated parking spots. Many of the vehicles are parking right on the road. So if these vehicles would be parking inside the buildings or outside, then they would have a facility. But we want those vehicles to move out. And then we want pedestrians to be able to go, and then I will give you how we do this intervention, because we come to a place and we walk there and decide the interventions that are going to be done. Kenha does not do the designs on the desk. We actually go to the road section where we decide what is the solution that is required. And this is why also we are talking to you. What is the solution that the people require? What we are proposing and what you require, is it in tandem? I've said Thika is growing, and the growth of Thika is on an upward trend. There were only a few companies before. Now the number of companies here producing has increased. At Gatitu Junction, we did a count. The motorcycles we counted were 6,596 motorcycles and 7,996 cars at that day. The 4-wheel drives were 1,747. Of course, you know why we talk about cars and 4-wheel drives. They are different strata of society that use this ones. These are Jeeps, 4-wheel drive, SUV vehicles with more seats, greater than 9 seats. Then we have pickups, we have matatus, 3,000, almost half of the cars. And then we have small buses. These are the small matatus. Then we have the large buses, and then we have the light commercial vehicles. Now, I want you to concentrate your effort, especially from here. The data that is very critical for an economy is the data from here to here. Now, we are proposing the design. We are proposing a Thika interchange. We have full clover. Full clover is yote tatu. If he's going to join, he has to pass. Then he can join like that. The alternative. Going to Thika town. This guy goes into Thika town. This guy comes. So what a full clover does is when he's coming like this, he's passed. Going into town. That's the next clover. We have this one. Yeah, the arm is already taken care of. There's another movement here. Anyway, full clover has all the clovers this side, clover, 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 so that they can access. If you talk Thika ukienda Keno, you'll need a slip like that, or you can come and turn, go back, turn. You can come from here, instead of coming, going back like that. So, yeah, eight independent motions. 8 independent motions. So, what causes traffic jam is conflict. If different streams of traffic, if this person wants to go like this person can go like that. This is the first motion, second motion. The third motion is coming back. Third motion. Now, if all streams have 3 motions, we have conflict of traffic at the roundabout. So we eliminate this by separating these streams of traffic. That's what the full clover does. And I will explain this a little further so that you can see it. We want to do all the 15-kilometer sections. We want to provide service lanes, and we have proposed a BRT lane, funds allowing. I'll put it there because it's a proposal. A BRT lane is expensive, and it is a proposal. The estimated cost for the interchange is 2.5 billion, and the construction of the dual carriageway is, this is an estimate of 3 billion. And this is the design that we are proposing. I will go over it again. We are proposing that we have a pedestrian walkway outside, then a service lane, 2 vehicles, 2 lanes. This is both ways. This can serve the various markets. We are proposing to take only 50 meters. We have greater than 50 meters of the reserve. We are proposing to take only 50 meters. And then we are proposing 2 lanes for the bus, and then 2 lanes both ways. This is for coming, and that is for going. This is an overview of how the lanes is. This pedestrian lane may be too narrow, so it may be shifted to this place. But it is to allow the other vehicles to go. This may be a barrier, but this is how, this is the scheme that we are proposing to have there. The section of work, where the work is going to be. Again, I've explained here, the camp road is as you get into Del Monte Farm. But these other sections you know about, Makongeni, you can actually see, and then the Thika interchange. And now let me explain the interchange again. This is what is proposed. There are routes to be done. This is Gatito Junction. What you know now is the big roundabout where there is traffic. This is what you know now. This is the only thing that is existing. So we are proposing to reduce its curve so that the person coming from town, he reduces the curve and can go in. Then the person who will be going to Kennel from town will come, use the slip road and go into Kennel. So both ways are taken care of, and both streams are separated. Now the person who chooses to go back to Thika Road can take a U-turn, go up, come. This stream is existing. This side is existing. So this side is not existing, this side is not existing, this is not existing. This stream here is existing. This slip road, we are proposing to move it. The slip road now is narrow. We are proposing to move it a little further out into the, so that you can come from Thika direct to Kennel using the slip road in this manner. You can also have the option of going here. Different two means of accessing the same place. Now, we are proposing the improvement of additional access up and below here, and we will set this out on the side so that you can be able to to appreciate them. And then we are proposing a pedestrian crossing so that pedestrians can cross. There's a proposal for a pedestrian crossing just after where they are selling pineapples, where they're selling pineapples, so that the pedestrian can cross there. At these other locations, no pedestrians shall be allowed because we will be elevated. There are 6 levels of service from A to F. So A means free flowing, is expressway. You leave from your house to the place where you're going without stopping. F is where you stop and wait. What is currently happening as you get into Thika, you have to, at any time of the day, utapata jam hapo kwa hiyo slip road. What we are proposing is a level of service B, where vehicles can go fast and people can Vehicles can go fast and people can access. The objective of a highway, I need to clarify that, is to provide mobility, not access. A highway should allow people to move from one place to the other. From unatoka Tanzania, unaenda Uganda. That's we have provided A1. You come from Isibania direct to Nadapal. The highway should facilitate you to move very fast. This is why we are removing bumps and so forth from the highway, so that people can move fast. And we are not intending to slow down even on this one. The express sections, these 2 lanes, will allow for fast flow of traffic, because the traffic that is intended to go to Garissa, why does it stop in Thika? It should not stop. It should proceed. And these 2 lanes will have no bump express. Then the bump can be on the service lanes. On the service road that we are proposing to provide bus bays and bus stops at designated locations. Now, why do they shift? Why do we shift? At the junction, for example, at Gatito Junction, this is currently the place where matatu stop. It is not proper that we have matatu stop at the same location where other vehicles are turning. They will cause conflicts of stoppage. This is why we move the stage either a little distance behind or a little distance after, and request the matatu that as you are offloading passengers, please move to that location. The problem is, if you create turning movement and stopping movements at the same place, you cause conflicts of traffic. This is why we avoid those ones. But we will do this very well. Now, let me talk about BRT implementation, which we have proposed here. And I was on Thika Road again, Thika Road implementation, and I explained yesterday why it is not possible at the time when we are doing a project to normally install all of the infrastructure, because sometimes the costs are prohibitively high. But we are aware of these things, so we will consult with Namata concerning the BRT development, and why we put funds allowing is because we know the cost of BRT and the infrastructure that will be required. Because this project is immediate, it may not be feasible to put that also at the same time, because the line proceeds like this. There is a line that is supposed to branch from the interchange past Makongeni. This line has to be put also in the scheme, because once you do the BRT line, there are connections you have to do, there are stages you have to do, there are routes you have to map, and then also parking locations. We have proposed 3 things. One is increase of parking fees, provision of open spaces for parking, that anyone who has land, let him allow people to park, so that they can start collecting money. And of course, 3 is investors to invest in parking silos. Parking silos is where you use the space for parking. These parking silos, the basement can be used by a matatu. The basement of the parking silo building can be used by a matatu. So you drive your vehicle on the first mile from your house to that parking silo and park on 4th floor. And then you come down to the matatu at the basement. This is something that the county can do under a PPP arrangement. Of course, what you are talking about is something that has been done.
My name is Engineer Opuge Ephraim. I'm a senior engineer in Kenya. We are part of the design team that is designing the capacity enhancement project of the Thika interchange and Thika to Camp Road. Today we had the stakeholder engagement session where we are talking to stakeholders concerning environmental matters, social matters, and the design itself. We were explaining to the stakeholders, the government, business sectors, pedestrian, motorists, truck drivers, what the project scope that we are designing is about and what they are to anticipate. So the project has two components. The first is the interchange, which is where the vehicles turn in as they get into Thika town. And the second is the dualing of the current single carriageway from the interchange up to Camp Road. Camp Road is as you head to Gatwanyaga, ahead there. A rough road going into Del Monte farm. Right now we only have estimates. We have estimated that the interchange should cost about 2.5 billion, and the other section, the dualing of that section, may be about 3 billion. And this is an estimate. The final figures can only be known once we do the final design. Then we will know what will be the final figures. The benefits of the road to the public is we currently have a very poor service of the road because of congestion. So you travel and stop, travel and stop. This is a low service. If the road is improved, you can travel freely and a better service. So a better service will be availed to the people. There will be no congestion. 2 lanes both directions and 2 service lanes on both sides, left-hand side and right-hand side. Currently, there are several structures encroaching within the right-of-way or the corridor. What we have indicated to the business community here, you know where your business reaches, where your land reaches. Remove the structure on your own. So that you go to the road reserve, you get out of the road reserve. We have put markers, but some of the markers we know that are on fences where we didn't want to demolish. So we're asking that they demolish, they get to their own properties. The temporary hawkers, these ones we have also asked, all of them have been given notices to vacate. Essentially, we should protect the road reserve not for today only, but for our future, for the future expansion of the road. The period we have been given for design is 3 weeks. This is our last week of design. So besides our team that was social and environment and this engineering, we had other teams who are doing traffic. We have already done the traffic survey at various junctions and on the main highway. We have another team looking at material sources. This team has identified the various sources of material. We have another team that will be doing axle load way tests, axle load way bridges. So they are ongoing right now. At the design stage, what we can say is proposed interchange. We have proposed interchanges at various locations. Now, during implementation, this may be implemented or may not. What we have proposed now is at Gatitu, an interchange at Gatitu. Then as you go to Engine, I think that is the one that is called Gretza, and at BAT. So these are what is proposed in the design. Now, why design is not implemented, this is a question you know. But the issue of footbridges, we are analyzing each section that requires pedestrians to cross over, and this one shall also be provided in the design as is required.
Kwa majina naitwa Mbogo Mathioya. Mbogo Mathioya ni DCC Thika West. Tuko hapa siku ya leo kwa mkutano ambao ni wale wanahusika ambao tunaitanga stakeholders kuhusu mradi ya barabara inakuwa sponsored na watu wa Kenya, na hii mradi ni muhimu sana kwa watu wa Thika. Tumekuwa na shinda ya barabara na inaanza kuanzia pale tunaita exchange pale kwa Thika Highway. Kutakuwa na kutoka hapo itachukua mlengo wa Garissa Road all the way to pale inaitwa Camp Road. Camp Road ni pale kupita tu kidogo tu Katuanyaga, kuna barabara inaingia upande wa mashamba ya Del Monte. Hapo ndipo 15 kilometers inafika. Umuhimu hii barabara ni kwamba itaweza kumaliza ile msongamano wa magari katikati ya town. Itasaidia vile vile ile magari ambao haina uhusiano yoyote ya kuingia town, Thika town, za kwenda Garissa zitakuwa zinaenda moja kwa moja zikipita kwa lanes ambao ni zitakuwa zimetengenezwa kwa kazi hiyo, na zetu ambao zitakuwa zina service humu ndani. Kawaida hatutakosa kitu lugha kimombo tunasema disruptions. Kuna sehemu ambao tunashuku kutakuwa na ubomoaji either ya kuta za wale ambao pengine wame-extend, na hasa sana ile mambo tunaita parking base. Tunajua kuna wengine kama uko chini ukielekea upande wa Makongeni, Kisii, kuna zile sehemu unajua maroli yetu ya mchanga huwa inapakiwa huko. But kwa kifupi ni kwamba hakuna mtu atakuja kuchukuliwa shamba lake. Hii shamba inatumika wakati huu yote itakuwa ni 50 meters across, na yote ni ile ambao ni ya zamani ya watu ya Kenya ambao wameridhi kwa muda mrefu. Tumeomba kitu ya kwanza, wananchi wale ambao wanajua pengine kwa njia moja ama nyingine wamejikuta pale njia panda. Kenya tumewaambia kitu ya kwanza waweke zile beacon zao. Kumaanisha mtu atakuwa anajua ame-encroach na atakuwa ameonyesha ni mita ngapi ameingia. Kwa hivyo watu wananchi wale ambao wanatapata ama mtu yote atapata kuna hiyo beacon kwake, aanze kuhamisha vitu zake kutoka pale mpaka pale beacon inaonyesha. Kuna wale baada ya hiyo tutaandikia individually, watu wataandikiwa, sisi tutashughulikia kuwapelekea barua kuhakikisha kwamba wamepatiwa zile notice na ile siku wanafaa waondoe hizo encroachment either beacons ama nyumba zao ama kitu yote ambao wameka kama ni shed waweza kuondoa kabla ya mjengo mradi kuanzisha. Kwa wakati huu nitasema tuko ile first phase, ni ile mambo ya mawasiliano, watu waweze kujua ni stakeholders meetings kama hii tumekuwa nayo. Kesho kutakuwa na nyingine upande wa Katuanyaga huko, ili tuweze kujadiliana ni nini na nini naelekea. Mradi wote pale kwa interchange ile dueling ile interchange yenyewe itatumia 2.5 billion. Kutoka hapo kwa hiyo interchange kuelekea mpaka hiyo tunaita Camp Road, mwisho wa pale wa hiyo barabara itakuwa vile vile inatumia 3 billion sorry. Kwa hivyo mradi yote itachukua 5.5 billion. Maombi yangu kwa wananchi watukufu hapa, najua kutakuwa na kitu inaitwa disruptions kidogo, kutakuwa na diversions, kingine kutakuwa na vumbi juu ya hiyo, ni kawaida wakati tunajenga barabara kutakuwa na hiyo vitu kama hizo. Wavumilie, tutawasiliana na wao na tutakuwa na committee tutaunda ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba kila mtu anahusishwa na tunaweza kusuluhisha shinda vile tukitoka sehemu moja hadi nyingine. Kitu ya kwanza tumeomba na ni muhimu ifuatiliwe kwamba unskilled and semi skilled labor wote wao wametoka hapa kwetu. Tunajua vizuri kwamba 30% lazima itoke kwa contractor. Hiyo ni kwa vile kuna ile high level skill labor, na vile vile kuna wale ambao tunaitanga insiders ambao ni watu yao lazima wakuje na wao. But 70% ya kufagilia, hii mambo ya kusimamisha magari, hii mambo ya kumwaga maji, bush clearing, akanashua hiyo itatoka upande wa hapa kwetu, na tunashukuru vijana wetu watapata not only hiyo mambo ya nini ya kazi, wengi wao watapata kitu inaitwa skilled technology waweze kutransfer kwa other uses. Tutahakikisha kwamba contractor kabla hajaanza kazi tutakuwa na kikao ya stakeholders tena kama hii tuweze kumwelezea our fears, but kama kawaida wanajua vizuri kuna vitu zingine tu hafai kuacha ikiwa imeachiliwa. Kama unakuja unaweka mtaro upande huu wa barabara upande mmoja na upande mwingine unakura barabara inabaki kidogo, hiyo obvious is bound kuleta accidents. So this time around we want to do it in a very specific way. Munaona it is a heavy undertaking, so tutaenda pole pole kwetu na kuhakikisha kwamba tukimaliza upande mmoja ndio tunaenda upande mwingine. So hatutaacha gap zote kwamba kutakuwa na shinda ambao watu wataweza kuumia ama kupata ajali. Lakini vile vile wito wangu ni kwa wananchi. Mambo ya ujenzi lazima itakuwa na hizo changamoto. Lazima hata sisi tutake precaution kwamba wakati tunaenda si kwenda usiku tu bila tochi, ama wakati umetoka kwa starehe zako pengine weekend unaanza kupitia sehemu ambao hujaangalia mchana ilikuwa namna gani. So hata sisi wenyewe tuko na jukumu tuhakikisha kwamba tunajikinga, lakini tuhakikisha kwamba watoto wadogo wale watumizi wa barabara wanachungwa mchana na usiku.
I will talk about